Well. Who knew this was only the beginning? If you're still on this bellends platform, you probably know this news already, though I appreciate that the smart amongst you have made the sensible decision to shove your blue badge up Elon Musk's colon, so let's talk about FOM again. This morning, several of your favourite content creators were sent a letter by Formula One themselves. This might sound like a really exciting prospect. After all this hard work to promote the series, you've finally been recognised. Maybe you'll be invited to a Grand Prix. Maybe they want to work with you on one of their special projects. Or maybe they're sending you a cease and desist letter because of your name of all things. The issue apparently lies with the use of F1 or Formula One appearing in these creators' names or branding. And while yes, this isn't the first time this has happened, and protecting your IP is an important thing, you've got to be kidding now. I think it's important to clarify that I have, at least so far, dodged this particular bullet. FP1, at least to my knowledge, is not owned by Formula One management and used by several other racing series. And for those interested, back when I started, it stood for Formula Podcast 1, so I should dispel the long-running theory about f***ing paedophiles once and for all. I've noticed a lot of content creators are keeping quiet on the situation, and you know what, fair play. Maybe they're not even allowed to, and why run the risk of upsetting the overlords that help keep the lights on, your family fed, and the poorly aging takes and Wikipedia rewordings to continue to flow out of your mouth? Yeah, I can't really say that, can I? So why am I talking about it? Well, for starters, I'm an idiot, and secondly, if you're in the loop with what's happened to me a few weeks ago, you'll know my relationship with F1 rivals that of the US and ISIS right now. So let's call these guys out and then discuss a more peaceful solution. Right then, Chapter 1. My story. For about the 956th f***ing time. Most of you will know this already, but this fresh news has probably brought new eyes to this video, plus I've got some updates on it that I might as well throw in here. A couple of weeks ago, Formula One Management, or FOM, took down 16 of my videos in quick succession. This was for apparent copyright infringement, and regardless of whether you feel my content falls under fair use or not, there didn't appear to be any real review process, given the way FOM abuse YouTube's systems to claim this, implying they own the rights to my logo, patrons' names, and my voice. Which is fun. I disputed all 16 of the claims, only to have all 16 of them rejected within the space of a single minute. Again, nice to see YouTube systems working faultlessly here. In the time since, I've been busy re-editing and re-uploading the removed content and speaking to many different people, from copyright lawyers to government think tanks, and effectively, there's no happy ending here. I was told that while I may well have a case, the vagueness of the existing laws on fair use or fair dealing here in the UK prevented it from being anywhere near a guaranteed win. What I was also told was that from a practical standpoint, going against a multi-billion-dollar company like Formula One was a bit like picking a fight with a moving bus. They effectively have unlimited money and would just bankrupt me before we even got the case started. And they know this, which is why they can claim all of the videos the way they have and seemingly just get away with it. I'd need to be willing to risk losing £60,000 or £70,000, only for them to likely pull this shit again in the future. Yeah, basically it's just not worth it, is it? The comedy review is still coming back, don't worry, but it won't look the same when it does. Right, that's enough about me. Let's move on to Chapter 2. How they're f***ing everybody else. As we all relaxed into the F1 summer break, Formula One have been hard at work yet again, contacting a raft of content creators who use the phrases F1 or Formula One in their branding, and telling them to remove said phrases or be sued to Kingdom Come. They did this a few years ago, and technically can, as they own the trademarks to those words and can have them used where and how they see fit. What's different this time is that F1 have allegedly contacted the teams as well, and even asked them not to work with anyone who has the phrase F1 as any part of their branding. I mean, how petty do you want to get? I said it earlier and I'll say it again. Protecting your own IP, super important, and I get that. Having those trademarks in the first place costs a lot of money, and you want to at least somehow control the image of your brand in the wider world. You've also got the separate case of taking down channels that are actively trying to appear affiliated with Formula One, and while I'll miss those extra highlights packages, that does make a whole lot of sense. What I, and apparently quite a lot of other people, are rather unhappy about is this now extending to creators who are clearly not in direct association with the sport and are just spreading their love and passion for Formula One online. Other content creators have received more personalised messages from our beloved sport. Take She Loves F1 for example, or soon to be She Loves. She's no longer allowed to give fans F1 race tickets, because F1 clearly don't want to damage their image by allowing who they view as peasants into the paddock, or something. Rather ironic that by doing that, they've shoved their image next to Hitler and even given it a red armband to boot. What FOM seemingly don't understand is that content creators literally provide them with free promotion of their sport. in some cases better than the way they do it, and maybe the lack of talent from F1's side is part of the current problem here. Hats off to the series that have actually realised this. For instance, I've never had a single issue with any of my IndyCar coverage, whilst associations like the NBA have actively encouraged using highlights footage as they understand it brings new fans in. I don't watch basketball and have no idea what this footage is, by the way. In fact, the amount of comments I've received over the last year and a half covering Indy, claiming my videos were the reason they gave the sport a go in the first place, just goes to show how powerful content creation is, which is why it's so baffling to me that Formula One seemingly want to shoot themselves in the cock and hurt the people that are doing it so much good. This is the same organisation, remember, that claims it wants to appeal to the younger audience, that has actually featured content creators on its own YouTube channel, and yet still shafts us all the same. It really just doesn't make any sense to me. Hey, you know what, maybe I should just copyright FP1, then sue the shit out of them. For legal reasons, I am joking here. But as I said earlier, maybe there's a way around this. And don't worry, Stefano, it's not to throw you off a cliff. So, Chapter 3, the final solution. No, actually, that's probably not the best branding, is it? So F1 want to make money off us? Okay then. Now just hear me out for a second. Now this has been suggested before, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's come out of my own brain, but why not produce a media package for every Grand Prix, or even every session, that can be used by content creators who pay us a monthly license fee to the sport in return for the privilege? Now, while I get that's not going to be a particularly popular solution, if it gives us the peace of mind to use the content how we like and not risk our revenue or channel's future, then it's a necessary evil I'd be fine having to live with. It would also allow F1 to dictate exactly what content we use and can be trusted with, thus preserving their own image somewhat. Or maybe they could just allow content creators to continue promoting the series for free and let it be that. If you have any better ideas, I'd be more than happy to hear them and get involved myself down in the comments section below. And if anyone from Formula One is watching this, despite the more, shall we say, critical nature of this video and this channel on a whole, I would be more than open to having a conversation with you. You can find my email contact on my channel page, or it's on the screen now. As a parting thought, when you click off this video, go and send your support to your favourite F1 content creator. There's no doubt a fair few would have been through the ringer today, and having been through that myself the other week, I can confirm it feels particularly to deal with. On that note, I do want to say a massive thank you for all the support that the patrons gained since all this drama went down, and to thank every one of you who show me the love, be it through there, a super chat, or even a channel membership. I'm blessed with a legendary community, and these last few weeks have really made me realise that. As a reward, I've uploaded the video that I had planned for this Sunday early for members and patrons, until I forgot that IndyCar was back this weekend, so that video will now likely get pushed back sometime into the middle of next week. If you want to see it right now, and it's quite an interesting one, then you know where to go. I'll be back tomorrow with that IndyCar comedy review, but until then, have a good one.